Wednesdays bring betrayal to encounter. Wednesdays bring betrayal to the fire feasting time to encounter. Why do you have the city blow? Someone out there's gotta know. Blue witch fire and ratvolution inspired. Whoa, someone call off it, call off it, call off it, call off it. Wednesdays bring betrayal of Heartholm, of Heartholm.
Good evening, friends, fiends, and everyone in between. We are back with Betrayal of Heartholm, or is it Betrayal of Ratholm? Our Wednesday Zweihander campaign. I am very excited to murder everyone this week. Play with my good friends this week. But before I do kill them all in horrible, unimaginable ways, let's go around and say who we are and who we're playing tonight. And as always, we will start with the wonderful Gabe.
Hi, I am Gabe James Games. Today I'm playing Skrut, the elven burglar who has adopted a rat child named Ronald. The Zeds are silent and has been very intrigued in the freedom of Ratholm. Partially because I think he wants an army of rat people underneath the city. But other than that, still got to get that pistol. Still got to get that demon dog. I have not forgotten my goals. I'm dedicated to them.
I mean, at the end of the day, you just gotta kill Phil, right?
Yes.
Tom has left us forever. Tom is dead. We will remember him. But while we mourn Tom's loss, we will move across to Angie. Hi, Angie.
Hello. Oh, Tom. Anyway, hi, I'm Angie, aka Pangeler. I am playing Heta, the elven astrologer, this evening, afternoon, morning, whatever it may be for you.
Awesome. And next to Angie, we have the lovely, wonderful Quinn.
Hello, I'm Quinn at Quintastic_ on Twitter. I use she, they pronouns. Today, I am playing Violetta Orsanov, we use different pronouns. She uses she, her pronouns. Woof, my brain just exploded. She's Diabolist, definitely, mostly, almost entirely human. Most trustworthy person you'll ever meet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, judging by our pre-game conversation, I'm not at all surprised that your brain exploded there for a minute. The energy has been real tonight. Hopefully we don't bring too much of it into the actual game because we would all be fired. And speaking of
getting
energy, fired, hi Jay.
Hi. Is this my last show and I don't know? Okay.
Well,
oh God. Right, I'll get this out of the way quick then. I'm Jay. I'll be playing Arthur Midfold, everyone's favorite halfling charlatan, simply because he's the only halfling charlatan in the group so far. Yeah, let's go. I've stalled enough for Tom. Now he's been kind enough to join. Oh, he's the headphone. Hi, Tom. The headphones are back on. Hi. It's all great. Thanks.
Tom has been resurrected.
He's praise the Jesus.
Tom is Jesus.
That's Jesus. It's supposed to be 3 days, isn't it? I don't know. Yeah, that's it. Arthur Charlton, sell everybody for a dime. Let's see what happens. Getting very real with Skrut last episode. It got a bit emotional.
It did. It was very wholesome. But speaking of that energy, the Krypton. Hi, Tom. Welcome back. We're glad you're alive and not dead horribly.
Thank you.
Who are you playing today?
I'm playing Siphon, who will soon to be dead. So that's nice. Siphon, who is very eager to rescue his good friend Alex from the clutches of Big Ass. I've got a good feeling that a TPK is in order. So yeah.
Yeah, I'm feeling it. I've got that energy, you know. It's I'm there, I'm ready. I've got the bloodlust. So just a little fun thing here. I got an extra supplement for Zweihander, which has a lot of fun new things in it about hit locations and potential extra injuries, which may come in play today, may not. We'll see.
I saw a third Zweihander book on your shelf when you posted that selfie the other day. I was like, wonder what that could be.
But yeah, anyway, before we dwell too much on your horrible, inevitable futures, we will hand over to Past Charlie, and she can tell us all about our sponsors. I hope.
Before we begin today's show, I would like to take some time to remind you about our sponsors. Fantasy Grounds, our virtual tabletop of choice. All of the beautiful maps and roles you see tonight are done using Fantasy Grounds, which you can try for free at fantasygrounds.com. You can also get all of your miniatures from Wayland Games. Go to waylandgames.co.uk and get yourself a huge range of D&D, Warhammer and 40k minis for up to 20% off regular retail price. And Tabletop Loot, who sell incredible dice. Go and check them out at tabletoploot.com.
Welcome back, everybody. Thank you so much, Past Charlie, for that wonderful message about our lovely sponsors. Oh, friends, if you only knew what happens backstage, let me tell you. Anyway, let's get on with the game, shall we? Oh, I didn't introduce myself. Hi, I'm Susie. I'm the GM. I'm going to kill everyone. Okay, so last week, our wonderful friends had quite a quiet, low-key time in the city of Ratholm, which, as we all know, lives beneath the city of Heartholm. Scythian was healing up from his surgery by Dr. Rataday, which was done in a very dirty little hovel, and miraculously, because I was bullied into using my crit, he didn't die of horrible infection. But while Scythian was healing up, the rest of them started concocting plans and speaking to Rathu, our favorite ninja rat, who is trying to sow the seeds of dissension amongst the party, whereas Violetta and Herta headed up to the surface to get more information about the mysterious blue witch stone that Blue Eyes, formerly known as Fat Ass, uses to enhance herself and her horrible spawn. Up top, Violetta spoke to her aunt about everything that's happened, and her aunt seemed to be a little bit slightly concerned that in the wake of the Cathedral Ward's explosion, that the Abyssal Princes might start a little war amongst themselves for power and corruption and all of that good stuff. But revelations will also abound as Violetta discovered that she was actually the Queen's cousin and had no idea. So they were left up on the surface while down below, Arthur and Scroot shared a wholesome, tender moment talking about their experience or lack of, while Scythian was in bed going, "Can you guys shut the fuck up? I'm trying to sleep. I've just had major surgery." But plans were made about how to rescue Alex, who you knew within about 3 to 4 days was going to be sort of corrupted and mutated into this horrific creature and used to fight in Blue Eyes' pits. And as Scythian had a horrible nightmare, that's where we ended the session. So we're going to begin this session with Violetta and Herta, because I believe Quinn wanted to resolve some stuff before we do our little jump to the rescue. So we cut to Violetta and Herta. Where are you right now? And what are you doing?
I think after the experience at Violetta's aunt's place, and knowing what she knows now, she wouldn't feel comfortable discussing any of these things in a public salon. Shocking, I know. And would actually invite Harda back to her place.
Okay.
Sure.
So what's Violetta's place like?
totally normal. It's fine. It's very unassuming on the outside, and on the inside, I think it's littered with books and research materials and kind of like a scholar's nightmare. There is order to the chaos, surely, probably, almost assuredly. Lot of books, and I think she unlocks the door and ushers you in, Harta, and says, "Don't touch anything. All right, great, superb," and then make sure that all of the curtains are securely fastened and closed. Do you drink?
Doesn't touch anything. Do I drink?
Yes.
Occasionally.
Good. And I think she produces a mostly empty bottle of cheap gin, which is not her usual drink of choice, but we're here now. Then pours just a straight glass for both of them and sits on an overly stuffed, but not in the fancy way, couch and just kind of gestures vaguely.
I think Herta would move over and just sit on the very edge of the couch because she's just like, I have no idea what I'm doing here. So your aunt has a nice place?
Yes. This is not that, but yes.
I mean, it's better than my tower.
Yes, that isn't quite safe, is it?
Not quite.
You should get
Anyway,
that looked at.
how much? Sorry, you're this way. How much?
Sorry, that got me. Just imagine her talking to a wall on accident. Because it's dark. Violet lights some fucking candles because it's dark in here, I guess. It's fine. How much? And she lights a cigarette and she'll offer you one.
No. I don't smoke. That stuff will kill you.
Won't everything, really, if you think about it, and she takes a very long drag. How much of that conversation did you take in?
Well, until you left for the balcony. So, all of it?
So you're aware
Until you
of the stakes are a bit higher than we initially thought.
Yes. I think I'm still processing. To be honest.
Yes, quite. She says, definitely not flustered at all. I think I crit failed last time on trying to keep my composure, so...
You did.
Yep. Yep. So did Quinn. You practice, right?
Practice what?
Magic.
Oh! Oh, right. You were not down that. Yes, I do.
How much?
Enough.
What's your interest in the princes?
Mostly my interest is keeping them where they are so they do not encroach upon our realm, upon our territory.
And when they do, where do you stand?
I would like to send them back home.
Would you take steps to do that?
Perhaps. It's just me. Violet is gone.
It's very dark in my place. Let me light some of the... Okay, hello.
Oh, look, now you're here.
Hello.
You keep switching positions on me.
Okay, yes, it's tricky in this apartment. I'm not entirely sure it's up to code, but different codes, I think I trust my aunt with my life, and maybe that's a mistake, but you have to trust someone with your life, I suppose.
You don't trust yourself with your life?
Well, of course, but it's always good to have someone
Then you
else.
trusted someone.
Right, Harta.
I get your point, though. I'm just trying to be witty. It's failing. It's fine.
It's you're cute when you try. I think what I'm trying to. We may not want to involve ourselves in the original plan, knowing what we know now. I can't speak for the others, but I also can't speak to how much the others need to know.
Well, considering how invested Skarut is, I don't know if we can turn him away from the plan. Also considering Scythian's investment as well.
Scythian, yes. I do have to admit, Harta, I haven't been entirely forthcoming about my motivations.
You don't say. I think you have a cat outside once again. I don't know if you guys can hear that.
Is
We
the
can't
stray
outside.
is there. Scythian is of interest to certain groups that I am not formally associated with, but thought that I would like to be, and now I'm not entirely sure, although it appears it's complicated. There's a possibility that the Witch Stone and who's involved, it's complicated. It's much more complicated than I thought originally. And she takes a very long drink. Harta, do you value your life?
I would say so, yes.
Do you value your soul?
Yes.
Then perhaps staying out of this is the best move.
Staying out of what exactly? The ratvolution or...
Yes. The ratvolution.
Well...
And possibly saving Alex is not, in the cards, as it were.
I mean, I could check.
Feel free.
And Angie will be right back to get her sheet because it's on the shelf behind her. But Herta will pull out her cards and start shuffling. So give me a mo.
Mm-hmm.
Shuffling noises.
Violetta smokes heavily.
And Herta busies herself with a little song as she collects her cards.
Big swig
Violetta
of gin in
drinking and smoking as she waits.
Like one does.
Sorry about that. Alrighty, so this is the tradecraft roll, right?
Yes, indeedy.
Oof, oof. I am gonna use a reroll because I'd like to
'cause
actually know.
An 87 is not it.
No. but a 53 will do it because I needed a
Okay.
58.
So what are you trying to divine with these cards?
Trying to divine whether or not rescuing Alex is the correct path in order to prevent the doom of this realm with the information she knows about these abyssal princes and shit.
Okay, you get the impression from the cards that you pull that rescuing Alex would be a byproduct of stepping in and doing the right thing to prevent this war.
So if, and this is an if we were to take correct steps in preventing whatever is to come, I am inclined to believe that saving Alex would be something that would a byproduct of doing the right thing, I suppose.
And how do you define the right thing, Harta?
By going with what feels right to you. If you feel guilt in doing something, you have not done the right thing. But then not everyone feels guilt, so that makes
That
it
is
harder.
true. I think the war will come no matter what we do. And I'd like to be alive to see it, I think. Wouldn't you?
To see the war?
Yes.
I would rather the war just not come, personally.
Would you die for that?
I've never
Because I think
considered
those are the stakes that we're looking at now.
I don't think I would voluntarily lay down my life, but if push came to shove for the greater good, I don't think that my life is worth more than anyone else's. I'll put it that way.
I'll keep that in mind.
However, if this means you're going to put a dagger in my back, then we may have to have more words.
Oh, Harta, that would be too easy. I'm
You get
kidding.
my meaning. Right. You're cute when
I'm
you're trying to
kidding.
kid. Right? That's how you said it? That's what you meant? Yes? Right.
Just something to bear in mind.
What? That you would kill me to prevent these demons, I guess?
No, that our lives are on the line, likely.
I kind of already assumed that, to be honest.
More
given
so.
the state of the cathedral.
Assuming we even do successfully produce the witch stone from Ratholm, then we have some much more powerful people on our backs. And I can think of at least one who might think of me immediately.
And that would be...
So, that would be a problem.
Okay. Well, I feel that just discussing it between yourself and me is just going to end up us talking in circles.
You're right. And I down the rest of my drink.
Herita will do the same.
All right.
It's not good gin.
Doesn't have to be.
As you down the nastiest gin, where are you headed to next? Are you headed back down to Ratholm, or is there a location on the surface where you want to go?
Well, we know that the boys are in Ratholm,
Mm-hmm.
so it may be worthwhile to go and chat with them.
Okay.
So, I think
So-
perhaps we should go to Ratholm and discuss with them.
And I would appreciate some discretion.
Mum's the word. Mum's
Thank
the word.
you. I owe you a favor, I suppose.
Okay.
He says nothing.
So, as that hangs in the air between the two of you, you head back down to Ratholm. And in the meantime, Scythian, you have been resting up from your surgery. You are feeling, mechanically speaking, as if you're back to normal. You're A-okay, but your body does bear the scars that are mostly straight. You got a couple of funky, wobbly ones, but it's close enough. Skarut and Arthur, you've been doing your little preparations, doing, little bits around to get ready for this rescue mission, heist, bamboozle, ratvolution that you have planned. Ronald has been in and out while this is happening with little leaflets. He's been making t-shirts, he's made stickers. He has, as you see, into the little room he's claimed for his own, he's stitched together this flag of ratvolution. Like, Ronald has been going hammer and tongs on just becoming the littlest, most bestest revolutionary that he can be. But before long, Herta and Violetta return to the hovel that you have been hiding in.
All right, trouble.
So what?
Trouble. It's a term of affection, All right, trouble. You're not really trouble. It's like we know each other that well. I know you're not really trouble. Well, no, never mind. How are you? Is that better?
I was going to ask the same thing.
Oh, I'm very well, thank you very much. Me and Ronald, look, bedazzled revolution t-shirts. What do you think?
I think those will sell like hotcakes.
Oh, it's all right. We made hotcakes as well.
And Ronald has written a little sign that says free t-shirt with every hotcake.
Now, don't tell him, but I'm fully monetizing the revolution.
I couldn't tell.
Well, we fund the money back into infrastructure. That's the plan.
Are you adopting Ronald as well?
I like to think of myself as more like a guiding uncle. Oh, it's Uncle Arthur, Uncle Arthur. That kind of, always got candy.
So Violetta and I had a lovely excursion to the surface.
I kind of
Did you find anything about the witch stone? Did you research anything?
Just going to leave this to Violetta. This is her speciality.
Well, speciality is technically correct, I suppose. So things are a little more complicated. I think we knew that the moment. And I'm kind of glancing around. Is there any way I can tell? There's no way I can tell from inside if we're being spied on, is there?
No, but you could roll me an awareness test, and we'll make this a difficult test. Cool. Challenging, but minus 10%.
Can I also do an awareness? Just because I do know how delicate it is.
Mm-hmm.
The topic.
Like fine china.
Oof.
It's
a fail for me.
That's a success.
Okie dokie. All right. So, Violetta, you take a moment to listen out and to look around and to just smell in this place. These skazak, they have a very specific odor to them. and you are scanning around looking for anyone that may be spying on you, but you don't detect anyone.
Okay. But I will kind of usher people into gesture for people to get closer. Violetta's paranoia is showing a little, I think. The fact that the Queen's consort provided that witchstone is, it's, well, how do you all feel about, how much do you all know about the Abyssal Princes? I kind of look around at the other three.
What is that?
Siphon's just silent, staring.
Siphon.
Are they dogs?
No, they're much, much bigger than dogs. Skaroot.
Wolves.
Horses.
They're
Try-
demons.
They're, yes. Great cosmic unknowns, princes of chaos and all sorts of nasty business. Not that I am familiar with any of that, but I know
Wow,
people who are.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that we know, and I kind of vaguely grab Harta's arm a little harder than necessary. We discovered that in this power vacuum, it's very likely that one, if not all of the Abyssal Princes, plus some other friends and enemies of theirs, are likely going to make an appearance, and one is already here. In the city.
Who's that then?
That's my next question. Who is it?
Is it Phil?
Why do
If
you
it's-
know they're in the city?
Because a source.
We did
Told us.
research.
We did
Mhm.
research,
Yes,
we did
but-
reconnaissance.
What kind of source?
Yeah, I would like to know that too.
Magical sources.
So
That's not helpful. You read stars. Was it stars?
Was it in the stars?
Something akin to that.
Why is everyone so fucking vague? I hate this.
Screw it. It's magic.
Magic is a vague
I've-
practice.
You try and get a straight answer out of someone who uses magic, you may as well try to fly. Just
I
doesn't
can give you a straight answer if I get one.
I could probably
When have
work
I
at
not
something up
given
for
you a straight
flying
answer?
as well.
So you call it magic. I've often heard it called something else. What is it? Oh, bullshit. Can I scrutinize it, please, Susie? I don't
Arthur,
think-
Arthur.
Rolling
Oh,
that scrutinize test.
So what do I have? 51.
I believe. I like to think my belief made that.
It did. That was the extra one. That was your. I rolled a 51, but Siphon's belief got it to 50.
All right, so that was a 50. Quinn, are you lying?
Technically, no. Lying by omission, yes.
That's still going to be a deception check, please, for Violetta.
Okay.
Guile?
Oh, yes, Vile, sorry. Not Vile, Guile. Oh my God, I can-
I was like, which one's deception? What are we playing? Hello?
Sorry, I DM'd
Vile
5e
test.
on Saturday, so...
You're good. I did last
Feel
night,
that.
so I was like, yeah, that makes sense. Wait.
Wait.
You can reroll.
There are rerolls. There are rerolls.
There's a whole 6 of them.
I will use one.
That's fine. They're there to be used.
That's
Well
a
then.
Much
success.
better. It was almost
As-
99, though.
Yep.
As far as you are aware, Arthur, Violetta is being truthful.
I think Arthur will just go. All right.
And I'll kind of turn to Scythian. How familiar are you with the Prince of Change?
Not very. Why?
He's here.
Okay. So, do you know who he is? I mean, I suppose he's masquerading as someone up there.
I won't pretend to know that I know exactly how he's here, but I know I have a guess.
Okay, then tell us. Give me a name.
I believe the Queen's Consort is involved.
You believe the Queen's consort, Lord Von Holtz, is this demon prince?
I don't necessarily believe that, but I believe that we know that he was a critical part in opening up this power vacuum that will allow for the princes to give them a stage, really. With the church's weakened and the Queen is gone.
Wait,
What,
the Queen is gone?
My sources, our sources, seem to believe that, yes.
Okay, so, you keep saying sources. You gonna tell us what this source is, or are you gonna keep that hidden as well?
I believe it's in my best interest if I keep it hidden, frankly.
Discretion is useful at the moment.
That is your prerogative. I won't force it. But you
Second,
trust the
consider-
source?
I trust that
Consider-
source with my life.
Okay.
Where we are at the moment, we cannot guarantee that there are not ears listening.
Okay. Is there
So, hang on. Where's
Go
the
on,
Queen
Arthur.
gone? Like, on holiday or abdicated the throne?
I don't think abdication, voluntarily at least, is what happened.
So, do we know where she is, or
Let's just say I don't think you'd want to join her.
Okay.
right?
So you're saying that the big cathedral explosion, whoever did that, the Queen again disappearing, and this demon prince, they're all linked, and it's all together to try and, I don't know how demons get here, but open a way up for more demon princes to come through. Is that the gist of what you're saying?
Yes, precisely, actually.
So, is the witch stone somehow involved in getting the demon princes through? Do you believe?
I think the Witchstone was used. I think its purpose is used up. Personally, conjecture. I think it was only useful insofar as creating the explosion, but knowing where the Witchstone came from, I wouldn't be surprised if they had more.
Down here? Or...
No,
Oh,
on the
I see.
surface.
I see. If we get this witch stone and give it to you and you can research it, any way you could detect anywhere any others are in the city, given time?
It's possible, but given our sources, I think it would behoove us to perhaps leave this Witchstone here until we can figure out a little bit more. Given that it going missing would be a very large key that someone is very aware of what is happening.
What if we destroy it?
That would probably not go terribly well for anyone involved.
I've never heard you so loud in my life. Oh my word. So
Let me get you a glass of water. Hang on.
that's like, oh my god.
While
look.
Violetta is briefly just dying of high pitchedness, just want to shout out Radiator RPG for donating for as a crit for Arthur. Continue.
So you're saying, so what happens if we destroy one of these things?
Well, nothing good.
Do you know that for a fact, or are you guessing? You're guessing.
I mean, I've
Call
never
it an
destroyed one
educate.
myself.
An educated guess. Okay. All right, so we don't destroy the thing, but you don't want the thing going missing. All right. Okay.
What do you
did
think we can
have
do
a-
with the thing?
Yeah.
Can't take it, can't destroy it. Leave it where it is.
I'm confused why we can't take it. Why the hell not?
Let's just say I have a sinking suspicion that it wouldn't be terribly difficult for the person or persons related to the planting of said witch stone may or may not be able to put 2 and 2 together and figure out that I may have had something to do with it. That's possible.
I'm sorry, can you go from point A to point B without
Yeah,
going via every other letter in the alphabet?
Yeah. I mean, why?
Bullshit a bullshitter.
Why do you think that? Why would you think that they would think you're involved? I mean,
I have a request before
Yeah.
we continue this conversation, folks. Perhaps if we're going to discuss such delicate and sensitive topics, we take it topside.
no.
No? Why not?
Because I'm not going topside with that, Alex.
I don't
So
think
I-
you're getting Alex back
I
either way,
have
Scythian.
one way or another. I'm going to try. So how about this? We put a pin in the whole witch stone thing, and we concentrate on getting Alex out. How about that?
The
First,
intertwined.
the reason. Then I suppose we get there, we nab the witch stone, I take it up back to the church, and we look after it.
You don't take it to the church
Why?
because that's the first place they would look.
I say let them bring it on.
You don't want that, Scythian. You are... Your heart is in the correct place, I believe, but, I respectfully, I think you lack the discretion and the nuance to, grasp the peril of the situation.
But the church has more people that are well educated in this thing.
I throw a
Demon
dagger
hunters
at
and
the wall.
like.
In the middle of everyone.
Something to say,
Yeah.
Scooter?
You're all seriously so fucking dumb. Everyone thinks they have the best choice, but guess what? Chances are none of us do. So we take the thing, and maybe we just don't give it to anyone. We just keep it away from everyone else until we have a better idea. Oh, but it should go to this. Oh, but you know what? It shouldn't go to this. Oh, but you know what? These people are great. Who gives a fuck? We're all fucking screwed and we're stuck down here, but all of you keep trying to plan and plot and talk like you're the smartest person in the room. We're surrounded by hundreds of rat folk. We are not the smartest because if we were, we wouldn't fucking be down here. So one thing at a time.
That's kind of why I wanted to discuss it up top, because we were surrounded
doesn't
by
matter.
so many fucking rat folk.
Doesn't matter. If we were saying at the top, nothing would change. You're all too fucking stubborn. God damn. And I go grab my dagger and pull it out. One thing at a time. If we die, we die. And then the planning and plotting and conniving and eloquence was pointless. I sheath my dagger. Fuck. How is it that I, the one who has spent the most time stealing and being quiet, has to speak up about reason so much? I'm not here to be the smart one. I'm here to stab, to cut, to kill, and take. And why am I having to put the logic forward? You
I
have
thought my
an
logic was
obsession with
pretty good.
demons. Violetta, you have an obsession with demons. We all know it. But the thing is, no one cares. So stop being sneaky. Herta, I appreciate you trying to be medium, but shut up. Supporting someone without your own strong opinions is nothing. Arthur, I love that you keep trying to be a bullshitter. Stop bullshitting us. We know when you're lying, and then it makes Herta or Violetta talk more. That has not solved anything. And Scythian, you're probably going to die. And no matter what I do, I can't change that. I accept it. But at least be aware that we're going with you. So try and take some sense of caution. Because if we're still here and we're still trying to help Alex, chances are, if you go with us elsewhere for a day, we'll come back.
I think Arthur will have like slowly edged across to Skarut and then look at the other three. Yeah, what's the matter with the rest of you?
I pull
Listen
up my
to him.
garrote and I'm like, Arthur, I love you. Shut up.
Sorry, Skarut.
Ronald walks in with a tray of hotcakes and walks very quietly out backwards as this is happening. He reads the room and doesn't want a part of it.
I've had a thought. Scythian,
Mm-hmm.
what are you willing to give up to get Alex back?
My life.
Anything
We knew
more
that
than that?
much.
What do you mean, more?
Violetta lights a cigarette.
Where does she keep getting those? God damn.
There's the very distinct possibility that you could be very useful to certain interested parties. And I gesture to your newfound scar. And it's possible that you would make an interesting bargaining chip.
Okay. Who are these interested parties, and why do you think they want me?
I don't think they want you, I know they want you.
Okay, how do you know they want me? Did they ask you to get me?
Something of that kind.
So they asked you to get me.
Something of that kind.
Uh-huh.
And I haven't sold you out yet, so...
I love that yet.
Did you say goodbye to your wife?
Yes. Well, yes.
Are you sure?
Yes.
How did she take it?
I don't believe
She
him.
doesn't.
I wanna roll
She
to
doesn't know I'm
scrutinize.
down here.
I'm rolling to scrutinize. I don't know if he actually told his wife goodbye or not. That's a 16.
Yeah, you did better than me, but I still succeeded as well.
Scythian, did
I
you
ju-
actually tell
I
your wife?
genuinely can't remember. Did I say goodbye to her?
I don't think you did. You said you were going to rescue Alex. You didn't
Yep.
tell her that you were planning to like die for it.
Like, died to
No.
rescue her.
No, I
Yeah.
didn't. No, so no.
Then you're a selfish bastard. Because you're
I'm
going
not-
to put
I'm not
yourself in the
interested
same
what-
position.
Skarut, I'm not interested in what you think. Okay. Violet.
I've learned that very quickly. What is your wife's name, Scythian?
Skarut.
No, I'm asking because I'm
No.
going to tell her goodbye myself. So she knows what happened.
Enough.
Skarut, it's okay.
No, shut up. What is
I'm
her
saying
name?
I've met the woman.
I want him to tell me.
He won't.
And then I will leave you to do whatever it is you choose.
So Violetta. Please continue.
It's possible that I could possibly, using some resources, arrange a meeting and possibly an exchange.
Okay, there's a lot of possibles here and hearsay here. Do you think that they could get Alex out before they do whatever the hell they're going to do to her?
Yes, I do think that.
Do you think they'll live up to the bargain and do it?
Yes.
And what will they do to me?
That I honestly couldn't tell you.
Rolling a scrutinize check. 24.
I am not lying.
Good to know. You know, for once, I think she's actually being forthright.
The way I see it, the way I see it for myself, I can't speak for everyone else, is that we try and get her out myself, which is pretty grim, or we trust in someone who deals with demons. I don't like any of those options.
One of them is guaranteed death, and the other is implied death. I tend to prefer the implication because that can always change.
I think at this point, Herta would have gone over to grab a hot cake and just eat it while she listens.
Mm-hmm. It's delicious.
Oh, God, so good.
That's 2 silver shillings, though.
Yeah.
I mean, they're not free.
add
I've
it
got to
to my
buy
tab.
flour and shit, haven't I? Right, hang on, I'll add it to the dark clothes rental. But that's overdue, all right? There's interest on that.
No, I hear you. But this is really good. I think you should absolutely do more of this.
All right, noted.
Okay. All right.
That's cutlery. All right.
All right, let's say I agree to this deal. I'll agree to this on my honor only after Alex has been removed from this place. Do you think they will go for that?
Honestly? I think they're a treacherous bunch, but they owe me a favor.
Okay. Fine. Okay. We'll do the deal. We'll head out. Head back up. You organize the deal, and when Alex is back up, I'll give myself over. That way, hey, none of you have to do this. Force our way to get Alex out.
And out of character, Siphene, your hair was affected by it too, or is it just
my hair and my skin.
Okay. Fantastic. Okay. And I turn to Skarut. How heartbroken would you be if you don't get to stab anyone today?
I genuinely don't care.
Technically, he has 4 options here.
I don't need to
Technically.
stab someone to kill them.
Also true.
Neither do I.
You always have to have the last word, don't you? Go ahead, say something else you do. Shocking.
I didn't hear any of that because VMix fucked up.
Oh, I said you honestly always have to have the last word, don't you? Go ahead and say something so you get it.
You're not worth my time right now, Skarut. I'll turn back to Siphene.
Something.
And it's uncharacteristic, but he does start laughing to himself. But it's almost a laugh of someone who's given up.
And sidling up to next to you, Arthur, is Ronald, and he says very quietly, You could cut the fucking air in here with a knife, huh?
Yeah. It's probably best if you, I don't know, maybe pack up your shit and leave.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll just.
Yeah. If you could, leave us a hot cake, but yeah. All right. We'll catch up later, though. Yeah.
Yeah. We'll right. Just yeah. And there's a lot of very awkward, like as he sort of winks and finger guns as he backs up and leaves the room.
As he leaves, Siphon's gonna go, Ronald, the Zeds is silent.
Yeah.
Thank you for your help.
Anytime.
When Scythian said Ronald's name, Scroot tightened up very quickly with his hand on his dirk, waiting to see what happened, and then released the tension when Scythian spoke.
And Ronald kind of looks between all of you, and he says, "Look, I don't know what you guys have got going on. Like, you're clearly dealing with your own shit right now, so." This is me giving you a free pass out of the ratvolution. If you guys want to just do your thing, I got it. Yeah, one voice can change the world, right? I'm ready to be that voice.
Fuck you, Susie.
My fucking heart.
I take a very long drag from my cigarette.
Listen, I'll find you later,
Ronald. The Zeds are silent. Good man finishes what he starts. We'll be back.
What? Well, I'll be on the Raticades. You'll be able to find me. I've made my flag. I'm gonna plant it.
Until the Raticades.
Until the Raticades.
He puts his little hand with his 3 toes over his heart, and he bows very deeply to all of you before he makes his way out of the little hovel.
Sorry, during this time, when they were up and we were down, Scroot, did you scout out the place that we were going to go?
Probably. Like, if they were up there for days, then yeah, I would have just been scouting around.
Okay.
Yeah, and we'll say, like, you don't need to do a roll for this or anything, just because you spent enough time to, like, carefully do it. You got a pretty good idea of where you need to go, and the sort of situation that you'd be walking into.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking Charlie. Zyphian will pause and how Scroot, how difficult would it be to get into where Alex is and get her out? Do you have any idea?
Before I answer your question, does it matter what I say?
Yes, it does. In fact, it
why?
might be the most important thing.
You're making a deal with her for whatever thing you need.
Depending on what you say might change my decision to make that deal.
You understand I have a hard time believing you when I ask you something of sincerity and you brush over it to continue that conversation. I am not someone who gives things to people of circumstance when I am useful. And I am tired of saving your life for you to treat me like I have not invested far more than I usually do. Because if I'm going to save your life to have you throw it away, it doesn't matter what I say to any of you. And I look over the entire group.
Screwed. I'm just trying to save Alex. That's all I'm trying to do.
Have you ever come across a circumstance where you could not save someone, Scythian?
No. No, I haven't.
That makes
I
more
have a
sense.
question for you, Scythian. Is the life of one worth more than the life of many?
No. I guess not.
Because I came to the same conclusion for my own life earlier. And I think if we are trying to do something worthwhile, we need to consider more than just what's in front of us.
So, Susie, how difficult would it be to get there?
To get there itself wouldn't be super difficult. You would have to navigate through the city and towards where you saw like the shitty palace that's kind of like up on the hill in Ratholm.
Mhm.
But the sort of area where they keep the rat babies to be mutated is kind of just outside of the palace. It's in like its own little facility sort of zone. It's somewhat guarded, but it's kind of the sort of, it's defended as in like it would be much easier for a smaller force to sort of get in there than it would be a large sort of assaulting force. A smaller strike team, as it were, to put it in sort of tactical terms, would be much more effective at getting in there.
Okay, you know what? I will relay that information in its entirety, actually.
Look, I'll be straightforward for once. I am here for the ratvolution. I'm here to save as many lives as possible because I think that that is the greater good option. If that includes ratfolk and those topside, I will do what I can.
Okay. Screwed. Do you think it's possible that we could get in and out with all of us coming back?
No.
So when you go back, Herta, to your decision, one life is one life worth saving over many. I guess I gotta do the deal.
Got to do versus what you choose to do. I acknowledge this is a choice that you're making. You need to acknowledge it's a choice that you're making. This is not necessity. You choose what battles you fight, what battles you leave. I am telling you these things so you can make your own choice. But what happens afterwards, you're responsible for everything that follows. This was your choice.
I know. But I made a vow to get her back. And I've got to fulfill that vow.
Yeah, all right. In sickness and in health, right, Scythian? And I'm gonna go outside for a little bit.
Alrighty.
The man just doesn't know honor.
My
I think
family's
his
dead.
version-
Fuck you.
I think his version of honor and yours are varying. Honor is not bound by one definition.
Honor is bound by what you vow. If you do not fulfill what you vow and honor, then you have none.
That's basically what I said.
Oh, good. In that case, I must have misheard you.
In which Siphon was a man on the internet.
Yes. Look, I look. I don't want to do this deal. I don't want to. If it were up to me and everyone else, I would go in. I would get her out. Small, quiet party. In, out, head back. But I cannot speak for each and every one of you. Because it will mean putting your lives at risk.
Our lives are already at risk.
More at risk. More likely to die if you do this than just going back up. Yeah. So
Go ahead.
I'm just willing to do this, but I need all of you to do it. But I got to keep in mind that this will mean putting your lives in greater risk.
There's a war coming, Siphon. Not a war of men. The princes will fight for Heartholm. And I would prefer to live to see that, the end of that.
What about you, Arthur?
Easy choice, isn't it, really? No idea how marketable hero of both Ratholm and Heartholm is. I'd have my stall in that temple within a week. I'm in.
There is
yeah,
no
not
more
the saving
temple
Alex and all
after
that.
this.
That's... Oh, I
realize
don't need an
that,
actual
right?
temple. Demons will need to buy stuff. Everybody does. Capitalism.
Demons
The
don't need
never-ending
anything
demon.
from you, Arthur.
No, but
Except
they
they
need
can
things from other
take.
demons. Give and take, innit? Trade, demons and all that lot. I want some spells and shit, I'm sure.
Which you have ready access to.
Spells? No, don't touch the stuff. I know plenty of people that do have access to spells. It's the job of a trader, isn't it? You know, got a finger in every pie.
And do you know which princes they might fall in line with? When they
No, I ain't
rear
got a
their
clue.
heads?
No, not a clue. Play them off against
Precisely.
each other.
They'll be doing that enough themselves. I don't suppose you'd last a week.
You'd be surprised. I'm wily. Made it this far, and I'm only half your size.
Size has nothing to do with it.
I genuinely believe Arthur is the strongest out of all of us. I really do.
Yeah, listen to him.
Violetta, did you bring any more of that gin down here, by the way?
I produce a flask from my front pocket.
Thank the stars. She just takes it and swigs, because my god, like, her head's spinning at this point.
So Herta, what would you like to do? Would you go with us to help to rescue Alex? You don't have to, and I will not look at you any differently if you don't want to.
I told Violetta that if it came down to it, I don't think my life is any more important than anyone else's. That being said, I try to do what is best for the greater good, for the survival of as many people as I can. If that means rescuing Alex, then I will do so. If I find that rescuing Alex does not bring a better chance for the many, I don't know if I will follow through. Does that make sense? I don't know if I'll follow through in rescuing her.
I guess, but how do you know which is which before you've done it?
I don't?
And it's like people scratch his head, confused. So does that mean you're willing to come with us, or?
I'm willing to give it a shot, but I don't know if...
Right.
I don't know what the outcome will be. Oh my god, what the fuck is he doing?
Okay. So we got Arthur, Herta, somewhat, myself, and I don't know if Scroot would even lead us there.
I think I am personally more valuable to the group and to the greater good for my resources, which would be wasted going in there, frankly.
Can you blow things up?
She could blow things. I'm sorry, I couldn't type it. It's...
Didn't know you had it in you, Herta.
I don't get it.
You don't know about me.
It's all right, Arthur.
Uh,
And what I'm asking via letter is, can you do a distraction?
Depends on the sort of distraction, I suppose.
You really don't like yes and no answers, do you?
No.
It's a distraction to get as many rats away from that thing as humanly possible. Blown up building, a fire, sparks, a
These
friggin'
things
demonic
take-
prince appearing before them.
Well, you certainly don't want that. I deal more in people. You see, yeah.
It's all right, Violetta. You can go. It's fine. Screw it.
I go back inside.
I was gonna say,
Yes.
Herta was about to step outside and be like, "Are you okay?" It's that awkward meeting at the
We've
door.
had
Oh, shit.
we've had a word, and
I
myself.
was listening.
Oh, right. At the end, it's down to you to get us there. If you're up for it.
What are you going to do if I don't?
What am I gonna do?
No, all
Yeah.
of you. What will you do if I do not lead you there myself? You're still going to go, correct?
Not necessarily. I'll ask Ronald the Zed's silence, see if he can get us there. If not, then I'll probably go do the deal.
So no matter what I do, you're going to go do something dangerous.
Yeah.
So you're
Not
in
all of us.
turn.
Well, that's just me.
Yeah, but she needs you for whatever, and he's pointing at Violetta, and Herta's too nice. So no matter what,
What do you
something
mean by
stupid's
that?
going to happen. Whatever. Sure, because if I don't, then I'll feel responsible for not doing something more to help people that I relatively gave a damn about. Great. Unintentional guilt. Maybe you're the true thief.
Screw it. You don't have to do this.
I genuinely don't care. Because either way, I'll be able to see what happens. And then, whoever dies, I can at least tell their loved ones what happened. Because it's better to know than be constantly left with a lifetime of unknowns.
Screw it. My wife's name is Leanne.
Noted.
And thank
All
you.
right. So, a Skrewt willingly, unwillingly joins the plot. Are you moving tonight? Are you taking a day to prepare and plan? What is the plan?
What day are we on? We had a
day.
maximum
Pick
of
a day.
4 days.
Oh,
Two?
yeah,
We're on
you
day
did.
2?
Okay.
Yeah,
I
we
would
have a
say you're
maximum
on
of
day
4
2.
days.
Yeah, you're on day 2 going into day 3. So you know by this point that they've started to like mentally attempt to break Alex. So she'll have been undergoing a lot of like physical and mental torture. They wouldn't have started like chopping limbs off yet.
Okay.
Do they like have specific times that they sleep since they don't really have a day and night?
So we'll say, Skrewt, as part of your sort of investigation of the area, you see that they have like a shift system. So there's always going to be somebody there. It's not like at 9 p.m. they all go to bed and then they wake up the next day. They take over. But there does seem to be a sort of weird sort of rhythm to the city of Ratholm because there is no sun under here, but that ever-present glow sort of seems to dim at some points for a couple of hours every day, which lets you know like a day has passed.
Got it.
Okay.
Okay, I'm with it.
What? Okay. I'm gonna ask Ronald the Zed design because I would like Ronald to be very much a part of this planning.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna ask him, Ronald the Zeds are silent.
Yeah.
Do you have any friends or allies at the moment?
And he sort of gestures around the room to all of you and goes, "That's about it.
Okay,
That's kind
no
of why
problem.
I came up to you fleshies in the first place, because I thought I saw you all and you were all talking, and I thought there's those fleshy son of a guns that could be the ones that'll help me, right? Because you look friendly enough. And when Skrewt here in the tunnel was like, "Run away or you'll fucking die," and then I did, and he didn't kill me, well then that just cemented it, right?
Yeah. Well, okay, no problem. We'll deal with that. Okay. Do you think you could do a distraction? Get some guards out of that place?
Yeah,
Eyes
I
away
mean,
from it?
so, as you could probably kind of tell, and Arthur here knows, I've got a little bit of a reputation for being a troublemaker. You know, I like to keep the name of the Three Toes Clan out there in people's consciousness. So I could maybe hold a little demonstration.
Will it get some hurt?
What if
Okay.
I start the ratvolution?
Okay, Ronald, the Zeds is silent. We're not ready yet for the full. We're not
Oh.
ready for that yet, okay? Things
Okay,
like this
yeah.
take time, okay? You need to whisper in ears, get allies. And he looks to Skrewt, it's like, is that how you do it? I'm assuming. He's just, yeah. Anyway, we're not ready. I don't want you getting hurt, okay? So if you start going and shouting people about this, they're gonna hurt you, right?
Yeah.
I mean, is there anything else you can do to do a distraction?
I just thought, right, because you lot are supposed to be in the pits doing the fight. But,
Right.
I mean, you're clearly not going to go to the pits, and that's fine, because they all go to the fucking pits. But
Yeah.
everybody's going to be there, which is like the perfect place for a distraction, right?
But they're not going to be there until like 7 days, right? Oh,
Well,
you mean
there's
like now?
Yeah, there's like fights all the time. Your guys' fight is obviously like a week, because you're supposed to
Yeah.
fight thing, and oops, I dropped my pen. But,
It's fine.
they have little fights.
Mm-hmm. So you can do a distraction at the arena, fighting pits, whatever you call it.
Yeah. I tell you when that always goes over well. Sometimes from up top, from the fleshy land, these weird like creatures come in that have got like 4
Uh-huh.
legs and fur on them and like big stupid tongues that come out of their mouths. And when those
You
get
talking
onto
like
the
dogs?
pits and they run around. Is that what they're called? Wait, I don't know
Yeah,
what they're
we
called,
call
but
them.
they got big floppy ears and like
Yeah, they're
tails that
dogs.
like do this.
Yeah.
Yeah. And when one of them gets into the pits and runs around on the sand, everybody loses their minds. That'd be a good
They like-
distraction.
Okay, they like it, right? It's fun.
Yeah.
They don't
Yeah.
kill it.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna choose to believe they don't kill it. Okay. Okay. So, and that'll get like guards away from where we gotta go.
Yeah, because what usually happens is the crowd goes, oh, dog, whatever they call them, and then the guards come rushing in, and then they try and get the thing and take it out of the pit so they can fight, can carry on. But like, they're really wily, these things, right? And they run around, and the guards run around, and they look like dickheads, and everybody laughs, and it's really funny.
All right. Well, I think that'll be a good distraction. I don't think there's any chance of you really getting hurt there.
Yeah.
I mean, that could help
you
me a few
know,
less.
streaking, that's also another one.
Ronald, you go with what your heart says. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Well, that's a few less guards, I guess. Does anyone else have any other ideas on how to assist us with this? Please feel free. Anybody?
Look,
I mean,
all do
I
is
might be able to
shoot
cause a bit of. I might be able to cause a bit of hubbub in the market. I mean, might mean I can't actually come with you, but I might be able to cause something of a fracas. But a man who owes me a favour down there.
Okay. Scroot, you know the place better. Will we need Arthur?
I don't know. Your plan is to free Alex, and you've given no real definitive idea of what that is. It's going to be either we need Arthur because we need an extra hand, or we don't need Arthur. My
plan.
job here is to get you somewhere. I am not making choices for anyone.
Actually going for more of a suggestion, but okay. All right, so Arthur, if you think you're going to be more useful in the market doing an extra distraction to pull more guards away, great. We do that.
I mean, I can come join you afterwards. I've got someone who'll carry it out for me. I just need to go and make contact with him, and then I can toddle along.
Oh, well, I mean, if you can make contact and tell him to do it at a certain time, then...
I mean, I might have to explain time to him, but he wasn't that bright, but I'll do what I can.
All right. Okay. All right, so current plan is we get to the place, get inside, get Alex as quietly and quickly as we can, and get out, and then just keep going.
I've had a thought,
Mm-hmm.
and I look at Scroot. There may be one contact down here who, with perhaps a false alarm in the wrong area of Ratholm, would send several guards running that way.
Mm-hmm.
Potentially.
Are you looking at me because you want me to do it?
No, Scroot, I'm looking at you because you know who I'm referring to.
Yes, the fucking
Yes.
rat
what?
bastard.
Do you think he's competent enough to be deceived?
Probably. I don't know. He's a dick. So yes.
I could potentially do that.
That's a wonderful idea.
Brilliant. Okay, Violetta, you go do that. probably bring even more guards away. Okay. Right. Now, seriously, anyone else want to put a suggestion for 3? You can more than welcome to do it. More than welcome. But I think the general premise of the plan is we do distractions, pull guards away, we get there, we head in quick, and pull addicts out quickly.
Can I make one request before we do anything?
Sure.
In the event, Scythian, of our unfortunate demise, could I perhaps obtain a small sample of the hair that seems to be most affected by whatever caused your unfortunate condition?
You want a lock of my hair?
I do.
Sure, why not? Sure. And he gets like a small knife and he just cuts it and hands it to Violetta.
And it gets whisked away into a bag somewhere.
Okay. So, is there anything else before we jump ahead to the plan being put into action?
Herta.
I'm gonna see if I can find Ronald,
Okay.
like privately.
Okay, so Ronald is, as soon as you mentioned causing this distraction and he had his plan, he dashed off. And you see him, as you look around for him, you see him coming back, and he has what could only be described as the fucking cutest, tiniest Pomeranian that you've ever seen in your life. The fluffiest, just the most adorable, squishy faced dog under his arm. And he's holding it like this thing is a vicious animal. And it's just happily panting away and like licking at the side of his face. And he's like, oh, as if it's poisonous.
Okay, Ronald, as the other member of the Thrito clan, you are to make me a promise.
Eh?
If it looks like things go bad, you run. You do not come back to help. You run.
But what about the ratvolution
Ronald.
and sticking together and
The ratvolution is important, but it is not more important than your life. If it goes badly, you run.
And he's making like little noises, like I'd like you to roll me a charm test, which is under fellowship.
All right.
But I'm gonna make this easy at plus 20%, as Ronald loves and trusts you, Skarut.
All right. That's a 49, which would succeed. I needed a 62.
Okay, and he's sort of shuffling the dirt beneath his feet, and he's clearly thinking it over and chewing his little rat lip before he looks up at you and nods. Yeah, all right.
Because if everything else goes wrong, the ratvolution can still happen if someone is around to make it happen.
Yeah, I suppose you're right. And, you know, we got to keep the Three Toes clan alive, right?
Exactly.
I've
And
done
it needs
it
a
so
leader.
far. Yeah.
And you brought so many people, Ronald. You made revolution a possibility. If you can bring us together, you can bring anyone together.
And as you say that, you see a little tear escape his eye, and the little dog licks it, and he goes, "Oh, you fucking gross!" Ugh. All right, Scoot. All right, we can do this. Either
We can
today,
do this.
tomorrow, or someday in the future, we will do this.
Thrito clan.
He puts his little 3 fingers over his heart again. And he says, "Right, well, if you'll excuse me, I've got to deposit this horrible fucking creature in the pit. Good luck."
Good luck.
And he's
And then I'll
holding
go back
it
to
away
you.
from him as he walks away. He's like, oh. And this dog is just like air paddling as he's going.
Baby.
It's a tiny baby. Okay, so, Arthur, are you heading to the market to talk with your good friend whose name I have forgotten? Ratput. Remembered
That's it. Yeah. Yeah. If we're assuming that kind of we've agreed a synced up time for this all to happen, that's when we leave here, that's where I'll be heading down to.
Okay.
Gonna have a little chat with Ratput.
So when you head down to the market, you see that Ratput's stall is very much as it was, but just behind him in the sort of back area, he has this little plinth with the box and a glass dome over it, like a glass cloche over the top of it. And there's a sign that says, absolutely do not fucking touch ever.
Oh, I love it. Is it? I assume he's there on his stall.
Yep.
Yeah. So I'll wander over. Hello, Ratput, my good man. How's it going?
Arthur. I forgot what his voice was. It's mine.
I see you've got your wares very nicely displayed. Such a class. I like it. Now, deals are deals and all that. I've come to claim my half of the bargain, shall we say?
All right.
Oh, by the way, I bought your Ratmo back. Sorry, I did
thanks.
the crossword on page 4, but I thought you could have it back.
Oh yeah, I was stuck on 6 down.
It turned out it was big ass.
Ah!
PR in it. It's all a ruse.
Yeah.
Now, for reasons, of course, favours being favours, for reasons I am not obliged to go into, this evening, or, next market time, and you hear a bit of commotion from the pits, shall we say. And I'll gesture out to the rest of the market ground. Which one of these other less successful entrepreneurs do you not particularly like? It's a minute.
His eyes instantly lock on the one you're pointing at, and it's this very, very fancy, elaborate stall that's got golden tassels hanging off it. It's got verticality, right? It's got levels to its shelves, and you see this extremely fancy sort of rat folk behind the thing, and he's gesturing. He's got a twirled mustache. He's wearing very fancy clothes for a rat man, and Ratput points and goes, "That rat bastard."
Oh, him. Yeah. All style and no substance. That's what that is.
Yeah.
Because his stuff's shit. I watched it on my way past. I looked at him, but then I came to you, didn't I? I know a deal.
You know quality when you see it, right? You're not taken over by the flash and the circumstance and the pump and the fucking golden tassels.
That's why our brand, our little franchise deal we got set up, that's why it'll last through the ages. Quality above all else.
Yeah.
Now, I'll lean in close. When you hear that ruckus down in the pits, right?
Yeah.
And don't worry, I'll cover any damage to your stall, all right? Don't worry about that. Bigger fish to fry and all that. I want you to share. Do you know his name over the road, or is he just Tosser?
It's Ratchet.
Ratchet, right. When it happens, serious, right? When it happens, I want you to shout, "Oi, Ratchet!" I want you to flip your table, stride right over, and punch him straight in the face. You finally get to do it. You've dreamt of that. And what I'm going to do to make it work for you, all right? I'll settle up. I'll have something cheap off your stall. Not that anything's cheap. I don't mean cheap in quality. I mean cheap in price.
I know.
I'll go over and I'll pop that on the corner of his table. Give you a little excuse to go and thump him one, all right? He's been nicking your stuff. Been trying to sell it, isn't he? Selling it on for a markup. Trying to rob these other rats. He's got no honour. He's got no code. He shouldn't even be here. That's Daddy's money that paid for his stall, isn't it? Not you, Ratput. You worked your way up. Not Ratchet. No, that's Daddy's money, innit? That's it. Right, use that.
Yeah.
Use that. Stride right over and thump the prick. All right, and then we'll be
And you
square.
can see Ratput has that mania in his eyes. His chest is swelling up. He's like some dude in the West End of London that's 6 pints in and he thinks the post box has said something about his mam. He is furious at Ratchet across the way. And he's just glaring at him.
That's it. Right, put that anger in a box. Put it in a box.
Yeah.
When you hear it down in the pits,
Yeah.
unleash it for me, Ratput. All right.
I got you.
You're a good man.
He shakes
All
your
right.
hand.
And I'll pick up a little bit of, I don't know, tat on the table. Whatever looks like it's cheap and doesn't really matter or anything.
Yeah.
And I'll just sort of wave it at Ratput. Till later.
And he gives you a little salute.
And I'll do it on a little one back. And I'll on my way out of the market, I'll just like sidle up to Ratchet's stall, and then just like just lay it down on the side and go, all right, and then walk off.
Okay, roll me a skullduggery test, which is agility.
I think I always pass.
I think
So
you
have
do.
70
Oh, it's when
something in
I'm-
it, don't you?
I think it's when I'm trying to conceal something as opposed to lay something down. So
I mean, you're kind of concealing that you've got it.
I think it's when if I'm being nice to the rules, it's when I'm
Is it when
concealing,
you're
trying to
stealing
conceal something on me.
Gotcha.
Yeah, which is a shame, but we'll see anyway. Do you know what?
This is
so
just a routine test because it's, this stall is just, it's so much.
yeah. Where is this? Well, why can't I see skullduggery? I've gone blind.
It's under agility, I believe.
Agility. Oh, I don't have any skills in this. Do you know what? I'm going to use one of my crits that I've got.
Okay. Sure.
This has got to happen. It's critical to the mission.
Mm-hmm. And you just sort of, as you, all right, and you slide it onto the thing while you just distract Ratchet. And you make your way back to the group. So, you're all ready and good to go. What do you do?
I think, the moment may have passed, but I think Scythian had wanted to say something to Herta, because I do remember hearing Tom say Herta.
Oh, sorry.
It was just to ask where she wanted to go, what her skills were best used at. Whether she wanted to come in with Scythian or whether,
Well, I am rather good at keeping myself safe and at throwing darts in people's faces. So,
that could be
wherever
handy.
you think that might be worthwhile, I don't think I'm a very hearty person.
Don't
Sometimes
worry.
it's hard for me to breathe.
Are you quick?
Oh, what would that be? Agility? For quickness? Not particularly.
Good, neither am I. So, I would like an extra pair of eyes when I'm in there as well. Be quite nice. If you would want to come with me.
You know what? You only live once. Fuck it, let's go. You and me.
Sure.
All right. And we just hit our 20 retweets. So this is going to be a random boon for one of our players rather than a wild magic surge today because Charlie is feeling generous and told me I had to do this. Okay, so I'm going to roll 1d5. 1 being Jay, 5 being Gabe, and we'll see who gets the boon. 2, Quinn. Violetta gets a boon. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll figure out after the session what that boon is for Violetta, and then you'll get it at next session. So please do write that down. I will write it down, but I do have the memory of a goldfish.
It's very noted. Don't worry about it.
Good, because I will forget. Okay, so the boon is noted for Violetta. All right, fam. What are you doing? Are we stealth? All right, are we beginning the stealth up to the sort of test chamber, as it were?
Sure, why not?
Before we do that, well, before they do that, I would like to coordinate with Arthur about distractions.
Okay.
And so Violetta would go to Arthur. So, what did you have in mind for yours? Because I feel like that would make the most sense for me to send people that way, where there's actually something happening. So, if I had details for that, so I looked less like I'm lying through my teeth.
Right. Right. Yes. I think I can sniff my way through that bull. There's going to be a commotion in the market. You had people that were, let's say, equally offended by what's happening. Keep that little maelstrom going for as long as possible. I reckon that'd help.
All right.
All right.
Great.
Great.
And I would like to go out and call Rathu.
Okay. So with a caw, Rathu appears, a little 3-point landing, his little ratty ninja mask on his face. Eh? You cold?
Yes, I've got some good news, I think you'll find.
What?
There's going to be some sort of commotion, I think the start of something in the market later today.
Start
Something
what
big.
kind of thing?
I think you'll find the parties you're interested in seeing dead would be there, and well, it would be very convenient for you to have them all in one place in a brawl, wouldn't it?
And his eyes kind of grow wide for a second, then narrow as he thinks about what you just said. Huh. All of them there? Unaware?
They'll be disguised. I couldn't get all of the details, but they'll be there.
Huh. All right.
So you and your friends, it's probably the best chance you'll get.
And he lets out this horrible little chuckle as he pulls this really nasty looking blade from a sheath. And it's all like notched and just gnarly and barbed. I think we've got this. Thank you for your information. You've been most helpful.
And I believe you said that there might be some information in exchange for me.
Did I say that?
You did.
Huh. Well, once the deed is done, I'll come back to you with that information.
I'd much prefer it beforehand, considering I don't see myself staying down here that long.
Oh, don't worry. I'll find you. I found you up top, didn't I? You and that girlfriend of yours.
Who is
I
your
wonder
employer?
what she's doing now.
I do wonder that.
She's probably out there. Shouldn't say, should I? Spoilers.
Give a hint, won't you?
Well, let's just say that all the times that she's had a little nibble on you, she's done it to others.
And I'm supposed
She's
to be
quite
surprised by
fond of it.
this.
I mean, in the sexy way, but in other ways.
Go on.
I'm just saying that you should, like, broaden your horizons a bit. You've already been doing it without knowing.
What are you implying?
She's not fucking human, all right? Jesus. Whoever that is.
She... What?
Your face. That's
Who
some
you work for?
information. Juicy, innit? Who'd I work for?
Yes.
I'm not telling you.
I think you'd find it'd be in your best interest too, and I'd like to attempt to intimidate him.
Ooh, okay. Roll me that intimidation check.
Okie doke. Actually, I'd like to use a critical success to intimidate him.
Awesome. Okay.
Which means I also get to do a thing. I get to inflict peril.
Ooh.
Because of my menacing demeanor. I mean, I have the most charming face. Let's see. When you succeeded an intimidate test, you inflict 1d10 plus 1 mental peril. So, nope, not a percentile. Nope, come here, you. Do the roll. So that's 8 mental peril.
Oh, hang on. What is peril like for this guy? Okay. He looks at you and his eyes widen in fear for a minute. And he said, he looks at you and he goes, ugh, ugh, you got a freaky fucking face. Do you know that?
Some people find it rather charming.
Yeah. I'm not into it. Nah, I'll pass, thanks. But my boss might like you.
And who is your boss?
Okay, I'm sick of dancing around. He's the Prince of Change. Duh. Thought you'd have figured it out by now. I mean, you went to go speak to your auntie, and she's all like, oh, it's the Prince of Change and all the Abyssal Princes. Also, by the way, you're the Queen's cousin.
And how did you come by that information?
I was there. I've been everywhere.
How?
How? I have a particular set of skills. That judging head tilt from both Angie and Gabe, then I felt that in my soul.
So where is the prince himself?
Oh, he's at the palace.
In a corporeal form?
Yeah. Looks like an elf.
Is he Von Holtz?
Yeah.
I think you've been most helpful, friend.
Yeah. Well, you know. Just doing my bit.
I would suggest you stop. Go ahead.
I could put in a good word with the prince. If you want to talk to him. He had a really good time with your cousin. If you know what I mean.
You know, I think a no strings attached meeting would be most interesting.
I mean, I can float the idea, but strings is kind of his whole thing. So, just as a heads up, he's not a casual kind of guy.
No. We'll see.
All right. Well, you do you. Just call for me. I'll be there.
Look for the ruckus.
And just like that, he jumps away in a very anime ninja fashion, and he is gone into the darkness.
Violetta lights like 3 cigarettes.
She's got all in her mouth. Okay, so when you rejoin the group, Violetta. Oh, no, she's gone. Violetta is gone. Okay, so just to speed things up a little bit, you are on your way to the sort of test chamber mutation mess hall thing. I would like everybody to roll me some stealth checks to make your way into that area of the city.
Oh,
In the
you know what?
downtime,
God,
would I have been able?
Sorry, go on.
In the downtime, would I have been able to lace my dirk with Folksbane?
Yeah, absolutely. You
Alright,
got
I'm
plenty
gonna
of
use
time.
all.
Crit.
I'm going to use all 3 doses on my dirk.
Okay.
on my dirk.
Oh shit. Okay.
And that's a 35. That's a success.
Yeah, I used my crit because I don't trust my dice.
All right. I mean, y'all are coming through. Look at that. A 29 from Siphon, a 35 from Skaroot, 17 from Arthur. I'm assuming all those succeed.
Mm-hmm.
Shockingly.
Okay.
I know, right? I was
surprised.
terrified. I'm fucking terrified.
So you make your way through these streets, and they're very tight, winding alleyways. Skaroot leads you through. There are moments where Skaroot has to like push you into the shadows as a Skazak is on patrol, but you manage to very quickly get back and not seen. But before long, you come across this area, and it looks like it's almost like a pigsty crossed with the stables. There's like a big sort of outside area with churned up dirt, as if a lot of feet have been in here, and there are like really rickety stalls around the edges, and from inside you can hear all sorts of sounds of like screaming and of like thrashing and of chains jangling, and you can see again above like each one of them there's this sort of like big glass jug with this bright blue glowing liquid and like IV lines coming down into these sort of stalls. And you see these Skazak that are slightly larger than the Skazak you've seen. They seem to be patrolling, and every now and then one of them will come across one of these stalls where someone inside is screaming. You'll hear him smack on it and tell him to be quiet. But you can't, from out here, spot where Alex is.
Screw it. It's a long shot, but I don't suppose you found out which stall she's in?
Would you like me to roll for that, Susie, or I just don't know? It's up to
Actually,
you.
let's do a roll for it. Let's do an awareness. See if you can
Alright.
see where it is.
So I need a 47.
Oh,
Skaroot, you magnificent bastard.
Wow.
okay.
Sure.
So there's one sort of area of this kind of stable, as it were, that's a little bit away from the other stalls. It is it's a larger stall, and you can see there's more of these jugs above it, but you can't see any active lines leading in just yet. You can see that Skaroot, you particularly, you see that this door is kind of open, and there are Skazak coming in and out, and they have what looks like cattle prods. And you hear every now and then the zzz as it's making contact with Alex, and you hear a human scream from within, being like, "Ah, you fucking ah!" as she is being zapped.
Yes, I do know which one.
Brilliant. That'll save us
Go there.
time. Brilliant. Okay, so lay low until the distractions are off, and then we go in.
Okay. So you lay low, you watch, and it's difficult. Now it's pointed out, and to you all, you can hear Alex's shouting and screams as she's being tortured in this room. But you soon hear like a really shitty bell, as if a bell was made out of tin. It sounds like a cowbell rather than like a ding ding bell. It's like a one. As somewhere back in the city, Ronald has unleashed the Pomeranian. It is causing chaos in the pits as Skazak are flocking in to watch this terrifying beast go toe to toe with the Skazak in the pit. And In the marketplace, Ratput has eyed up Ratchard. He has unboxed the rage, and he has launched himself, thrown his table, and punched Ratchard in the face as a marketplace brawl has also broken out. And this bell gets the attention of some of the guards here at this area. And that one of the larger Skazak, you see him point to a couple of the smaller ones and towards the city where this chaos is breaking out. And 4 of them grab weapons like little halberds and spears, and they rush out towards this chaos, but the big one still remains. And you see the torturers as well that had been in the room with Alex have also dropped their gear, and they've joined.
So how many big ones are there?
There's just one big guy that you can see. And this is like a chunky boy.
Huge. Yeah, okay. So as the it all goes up, Scythian draws his sword.
Mm-hmm.
And he's kind of like in a kind of almost getting ready for a running position.
Mm-hmm.
And he
Herta's going to use Aegis, by the way.
Okay.
The wind thing.
Yep. So that's an incantation test from you, Angie.
Alrighty. Sorry, just because we're getting to go.
You can channel it, but it would be a chaos die. What's that? Is that?
I'm gonna use a
crit fail?
reroll
Okay, go for it.
because I would rather just fail rather than have a Woo! Doing that. Yep.
So does the 31 succeed?
It does. Because,
Okay.
Yeah, I needed 58.
So there's a quiet that surrounds Herta as she's become once again magically shielded by Aegis.
Do I do the stupid thing, gang? I mean, we do the stupid
Always
things,
do
don't
the
we?
dumb.
Do it. Do it.
Always.
dumb thing's always good.
So I think Arthur will see Scythian like grab the hilt of his sword and like start to prep. And I'll just put his hand on Scythian's wrist. Always another way, my friend. And and there's just this one big guard, right? There isn't that, okay.
That you
And
can
I'm
see,
gonna-
yeah.
And I'm assuming that from before I'm still in the same garb I used to go down to the market and so I will run out up to this guard just shouting, "Oh my fucking god! Oh my god! Have you seen what is going on down there?" And I'll almost grab him like I'm so scared. I'm like, "Oh, thank god! Thank god! I've just come from the market. Fucking Ratput's gone for Ratchard. He finally did it, the man bastard. I knew it was going to happen. They need you. I said, go and get the top head guard at the top of the hill. Go, because we need him. Otherwise, shit is going to get so real. It has to be you," they said. "He's the only one that is going to get this mess sorted out."
Okay,
I'm trying to deceive the shit out of this guy.
All right, let's have that deception test.
Okay, so so this. Wait, hang on. Where is it?
I'm gonna impose a challenging minus 10% on this because this is his whole purpose. He's bred to do this, so you are having to overcome some of that programming. And also, as he turns to look at you, you notice his right arm, even that's my right arm, not my left, has actually been severed at the elbow, and is actually he has a blade there instead. So as he turns, it's like, and you're like, huh.
Hi. So hang on, I got to do the maths. So that was minus 10, yeah? Something like this: 42, 52, 62, 72, minus 10. So 62 is my target.
I was gonna say, Flounder did ask a good question. What social guard? Oh shit, never mind, doesn't matter.
That is a critical success. So this creature, this tyrant Skazak, looks down at you, and he is like a good 3 feet taller than you, Arthur. He is a big boy, and he looks down at you, and he goes, "Wait, what? What's going on?"
It's time for you to be a hero, mate. Down in the market.
And you can tell there's clearly not that much going on behind the eyes as he sort of goes, okay, and starts walking at a semi-hurried pace towards the market, which will take him past you guys, but you were like hidden.
And I think you'll just see Arthur first of all just go, oh fuck.
Okay, I'm gonna just roll an awareness test for him, see if he can see you. Give me a second.
Herta is so proud of Arthur. Oh my god.
Okay, that would be a success. I just need to check a thing out because some of them do things. I would like everybody to make me a willpower check. Let's go with oh shit, hang on. It's just straight willpower.
Uh-oh.
So
Because
if
this
I've
thing
got two,
is horrifying to look at.
if I've got 2 bonus advance spots filled for that, do I add 20%?
Yep.
Excellent.
Am I there?
You can be if you want to be.
Oh, yeah.
To the sorry, Susie, can I just check as well? On the bonus advances, do they add to the percentage or just the number in your willpower bonus? As opposed to the willpower percentage?
I think it's your percentage because it's like 10% for each
nice.
advance. Yes. Thank you, voice of Charlie.
I can't remember if I went with them or not.
You were AFK when everybody headed out. So Violetta can be there, or she can be just rejoining after having spoken to Rathiu. Or
Yeah,
she
she
could
will
be doing
rejoin.
something completely different.
I think she might be doing something completely different. I hate to say, but
Okay.
I think she's laying low.
All right.
That's fine. Yeah,
So, did everybody succeed their willpower tests?
I did.
Okay.
I did not. But was this for seeing the rat thing? Because I'm guessing I've already seen him. Or if it was for something else.
Yeah, I just delayed in making you do it, just so you all did it at once.
I'm going to nick a reroll token then, because I really don't want to fail.
Okay.
Because God knows what will happen. Yes, that's fine.
Okay, so Arthur, you in particular, you managed to get off this bluff, but you feel that panic rising in your chest and your throat. It's almost struggles. You almost struggle to breathe as it seems to like grip at you, but you take a deep breath and manage to quell that urge to let out a very manly yelp. But I do want to thank Super Lobster for that sub. Thank you, Super Lobster. Okay, so the tyrant sort of stomps past you, and as he does, the ground seems to shake beneath him as he stomps past. But the way is currently open for you as he heads into the city.
You goddamn brave bastard, Arthur. And he'll tap him on the shoulder. All right, let's go. And he's going to start heading inside.
Yeah, Herta
I think
actually
Arthur will
like actively
flinch.
squeezes his shoulder.
Okay. Yep.
It's like a reassuring squeeze, not like a fuck you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So you head towards the sort of stall that Alex is in, and you can hear her chains rattling as she seems to be fighting against her bonds. You see that as you sort of peer open the door, she appears to be alone in here, but it's very dark. And in particular, she sort of, as she has her eyes closed, as she's pushing and pulling against these chains that are holding her against the wall.
I'm going to go in,
Mhm.
and I'm just going to very quietly go, you're going to owe me a drink after this.
Okay, as you say that, as you come up to her and say that very quietly, her head snaps up and her eyes open, and they are a bright blue. And through gritted teeth, she growls and lunges at you, Scythian.
Fuck. Okay, this complicates things. I guess we carry her out. Hit her with a head, knock her out.
Okay,
Or at least
so I
attempt.
need you to roll an attack on her with a there's a knockout in
It's
there.
actually a knockout. Well, it
Oh,
says
don't
with the
you,
foe
like-
defenseless or surprised.
Yeah.
So I mark her,
defense.
and they have to make an athletics test, or they're knocked out.
That's right. Hang on. Okay, so she is she is currently restrained, so I'm going to impose some difficulty on it here. Okay, she's going to fail because
Cool.
I mean, duh.
Awesome. So she's knocked out.
Mm-hmm. And her body just falls limp, but suspended by these chains.
I'm gonna pay for that later. Are these chains kind of like? Is there a key for the manacles?
Yeah, it's kind of like the oldie timey big iron manacles with the bolts in them.
Is Skarut nearby?
Mm-hmm.
Skarut, would you?
Yeah.
Would you mind? And I step back.
Shouldn't we?
Bedroom.
But so, are you asking me to undo them entirely?
Yeah. Well, she's chained to the wall, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So.
Okay. And I'm gonna go and I'm gonna try to pick the locks.
Okay. So I would like you to make me a skullduggery test to do so.
All right. Let's see. Oh, Jesus, it's very high. That's still a pass.
Okay, Jesus. Okay, so
Yeah.
you set to working on the manacles, and with a click, they release, and Alex's arms just drop down as they were holding up. And her body, I imagine you're ready to support her, Scythian, as it just
Yeah.
drops. As it does so, and Alex's knees hit the ground, you hear a door from the other side open, and a right, well, I hope you're ready. We got some fun. Oh, what's this then? And you see another large Skazak enter, and he is dressed like every sort of gimp dungeon torture master that has ever existed in fantasy fiction. He's got the mask on, he's got like the leather straps everywhere, and he is carrying one of these implements that you had seen earlier, these almost cattle prod-esque weapons. And I would like everybody to roll initiative for me. Let's get that initiative going.
Lord.
I think when I see him come in,
D20.
You are sorry?
It's a D10 plus your initiative.
D10. Thank you.
D10 plus
I always
initiative.
forget that.
Yep, same every time.
Arthur will seeing this, we're just rolling. Arthur will like just tap Scythian and go, your turn.
Okay. Let me get to the right bloody page, Susie. Come on, good job. There we go.
I feel
Alright.
that, Gabe. I feel it. And Arthur, honestly. Wow, we are rolling all just wonderfully.
Okay, so Alpha.
12.
Okay, Skarut.
9.
9. Violetta.
Is not with us.
Oh no, she's
Is in
not.
another building.
Never mind. Heta.
10.
10. And Scythian.
13.
Oh, thank God.
13. Okay, so Scythian is up top. Then Arthur. Wow, my brain has just stopped processing very simple numbers. Hertha and Skarut. Okay, so top round, Scythian. You are holding Alex's body as this gimpy rat man comes into the room.
Okay. Okay. I will drop Alex.
Mm-hmm.
I will rush at him, and I will attempt to knock him out with my shield.
Okay. So is this
In athletics, because I marked him, so he's classed as defenseless, and I try and knock him out.
That's right. Okay, athletics test. Okay. Ooh, this is an athletic boy.
Yeah, unless you fail miserably.
No, with the 25, he succeeds.
Okay. Can you only do one action? Like, can I just knock out once per entire turn, or can I just continuously try and knock him out?
No, you can do one per category each turn. You can put a movement, an attack, a perilous stunt, a special action, or a reaction.
Okay. I think then I will just melee attack him, draw my sword and attack.
Okay, doke. And he will use a reaction to parry. But go ahead with your attack.
Here we go.
I mean, he doesn't have to parry because that's a miss.
Why bother to re-roll? No, I'm not going to re-roll. I'm going to accept the fact that that's a miss, save one for a parry, and keep him in combat with me. I'm done.
Okay. So he didn't use one then because he was not actually successfully attacked. Blah, blah, blah. So that will bring us to Arthur.
I got a rules question.
Yes.
So if I do my dirty trick, it says they can't counterspell, dodge, or parry until their next turn. As he's not been yet this round, would it be in? So would he just ignore it because he hasn't technically had his turn yet? If that makes sense. Although it's within the round.
No, it would affect him until it was his turn in combat. So, I mean, unfortunately, it would be the next turn because of the initiative order.
Ooh. Okay. So that's fine. It would mean he can't dodge or parry my stuff if I then hit him. All right.
That's right, yeah.
I will do a dirty trick, which for me is Guile.
Yep.
Let me check my sheet. Guile, 42, 52, and I can flip these. No, that's D1000. No, either way, that's a miss.
Yep.
What time is it? 20. I'm going to use a reroll.
All right.
Oh yeah, that'll do.
Okay, so he will need to, for dirty trick, make a awareness test or be blinded. So let's see what his awareness is like. Oh. Okay. He is quite an alert boy.
Oh, good.
Let me just double check. Okay. Yeah, he succeeds. So, what are you doing for this dirty?
So I think rather than having magic pocket dust, I'm imagining like the floor of these stables things is pretty shitty. So he'll just grab the scoop of crap up off the floor and thrown it straight at his face.
And he just like tilts his head to the side and it just splats on the wall behind him with a horrible wet. It's not a good sound.
It's not good, is it? I will go for I'll just try and
Go on, do it. Go on.
Yeah, go on. Why not? I'll try and stab him with my stiletto.
Nice. Okay, so one cool thing in the supplement, which is Leather, Steel, Blood, and Bone for Zweihander, which you can get on DriveThruRPG. There's a cool thing called Cold Shots, where you can impose a more difficult hit, but you are more likely to hit different areas of the creature and inflict wounds in those places. So if you want to aim for the head, that is Arduous at -30. You want to aim for the arms, that is challenging at -10. For the body, that is a standard check. And for legs, that is a -20.
I think, well, because he's not that good with the stiletto, I think I'll just go for a normal attack.
Just a body stab?
Yeah, just a body stab.
Yeah. Okay.
So, sure, I'm going to crit success that.
Okay, which means he
I've got them
cannot
everywhere.
parry. With the crit, he can't parry.
So, and then my damage is CB plus a D6. So this is... Oh no, God, not a full screen PDF. Don't need that. So this is 3 plus 5, 8 damage.
8 damage. Okay. That is enough to knock him down to lightly wounded.
Yay!
But as we all know, lightly wounded does not mean that he takes an injury just yet. He's just on his way to doing it. Okay, it is now his turn.
I will. Sorry, I got 1 AP left,
yes,
which
you do.
I'll just bank that for a dodge or parry.
That's okay. All right. He is going to. Ooh, he is. So as you stab him in the gut, he is pissed, and he grabs your hand and goes to sweep the leg to take you down. So this is going to be a test from this Skazak, which was a coordination test. Which is going to be, not a good time for you. With a 64, that is a success. So you have to make me a coordination test, please, or be knocked prone.
And this would be a dodge as opposed to a parry?
No, this is just straight coordination.
Oh,
This
okay.
isn't an attack. This is to knock you down. It's a takedown.
Where is coordination? There it is. Okay. Oh, this is feisty. 40 is my target.
44.
Oh no! I'm so down.
Arthur is knocked down as this the Skazak grabs the knife, pulls it out of his stomach, and with his tail sweeps it under Arthur's feet, knocking him to the ground. He is then gonna go in for a good stab as Arthur is on the ground. So let's try and stab Arthur. And he pulls out a knife from his belt. 64. That is literally one under what I needed to get you. So, because you are you have been taken down. I get an extra fury dice to use against you.
Good.
And that is. Let me just double check. It has the vicious quality. It just means it gives an extra dice to determining a injury, right? I think off the top of my head. Yeah. Okay. So
That's what my Dirk is like.
Yeah. You will take 14 points of damage. So if that goes past any of your thresholds, you will move down. So if it goes past your...
Sorry, do I not get a chance to... Oh, so you said it was one under,
right.
yes. So can I parry
yes, so
or
it does
attempt to parry
hit.
this?
You can attack to parry, yeah.
Yeah, so I will attempt to parry that.
Sorry, my bad.
Which, because I'm Arthur, I can use my guile instead. So that's 52, and I can flip it.
Okay, let me just...
Oh, God, I don't need to at all.
Oh, a 3. Okay, you are knocked prone. I'm just going to check to make sure that doesn't interfere with, like, using reactions, just real quick. Because I don't think we've ever actually had cause to check that.
I mean, I'm so sure. I'm always practically lying down. I mean... Player, make your case.
You can beg for your life. I'll take that.
please. I've got children and a wife. I run an orphanage. And a soup kitchen.
Let me. repair. 241. Just quickly flicking through here. I should write these down to make my life easier. Prone. Okay, on the ground and suffers an additional 1d6 fury die. Yep, okay, there's nothing about interfering with the reactions there. So you do manage to successfully parry that attack as he comes in with this knife and aims at you. You just like, ting! You ping it off whilst also going, I have a wife and children. And he's going to bank that last AP for a reaction, which will bring us to Heta.
So I'm going to spend 1 AP to channel power, because let's do it. Why not?
Nice,
and then I'm going to... do I need to roll the chaos die now?
Yeah, do it now.
Okay.
Damn it! You good.
And then I'm going to toss a sweet, sweet magic missile at the dupe that's trying to stab my little friend. So, gosh, is that just... I don't know what I need to roll for that. It's been so long.
Straight
Just an incantation test.
Okay, that's
But-
what I thought.
Plus 10% because you channeled it.
Yeah. Woo! That's gonna be a success either way.
Yep. Okay.
And then it's D10 plus my WB.
Yep.
Oh! So
Oh!
that is a whopping 15.
Is that physical damage or is that peril? I can't remember.
Just damage.
Okay. 15?
Yeah.
Fuck my life. Okay. He moves down 2 thresholds to seriously wounded.
Get off my friend.
Okay, and it was not a cold shot, unfortunately. So it's just gonna hit him in the old guts. So he's down to seriously wounded, which is 2d6 to determine if he takes a wound or injury. Oh, we got a 6. So he is going to take a injury. Angie, would you like to roll the D100 to see how hurt he gets?
Yeah, sure. I'm also curious about the deadly aim thing. Whenever I make an attack, action, or perilous stunt using a ranged weapon, does that count magic, or is it like I have
No,
to have
that's
a bow
like-
or something?
That's like a bow,
Okay.
throwing daggers.
Got it. Okay. You said D100.
D100?
Wink. 92.
Ooh.
Oh, that was nearly straight onto Grievous injury. But the Gimp Skazak now has a torn shoulder. Whatever he is holding in his primary hand, so the knife gets the ruined quality, which means it's just useless. Until fully recuperated, he starts his turn with 2 less AP. So he's down to 1 AP from this point onwards because you just
Not
blast
useless.
him. Heta coming through. Okay, so is there anything else
gonna-
you'd like to do?
Bank my last AP for dodge or
Okay,
whatever. Yeah.
that's absolutely cool with me. All right, which will bring us to Skarut.
I'm going to charge at him with my dirk.
All right. So roll that
Mm.
attack for me.
That's
With a 46?
46.
Okay, he did have 1 AP, so he's gonna roll to parry you.
That's a miss. My attack
Oh,
is
is it a miss?
combat is a 43. Yep.
Dang! Okay.
Reroll.
Yep.
I mean, there are 2 rerolls, and we're
Sure,
like,
why not? Critical success.
Yes!
22.
Okay, he can't parry you. Roll that damage.
All right. So then it is 1d6 that explodes. That
Oh!
explodes. That explodes. And then I get an extra d6 because I charged. So that's 6, 12, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, plus my agility bonus because it's finesse for 28 total.
Oh, he did.
Yeah. Yeah, that's 3 thresholds there. Fuck. You just go straight to where are you going for? Where you getting him?
Right in his heart.
Right in his. Oh, okay. So as this rat recoils from Herta's magic missiles, and the knife in his hand drops to the ground, and his shoulder seems to just like pop out of its socket, he pulls back as you lunge. His chest is wide open. It's got that sort of like ring in the middle with all the leather straps, and you're like, that's the target. You slip your knife straight in between. You twist it, and you wrench up, and you hear the crack of his sternum beneath your blade. And as you pull it out, the blood just pours out from his chest. And you can see behind the mask, his eyes grow wide, his mouth grows slack, and this dark blood gushes out onto your hand, Skarut, as the Skazak drops to the ground. Well, he's out of it. Rip in peace. However, as this happens, you can hear more footsteps behind you as more Skazak have joined the fray, hearing the fighting going on in this yard. And in the doorway stand 2 more, quite similar in equipment and size as the one you had just dealt with, though one is quite significantly taller than the other, almost on a par with the big lad that Arthur had tricked earlier. So he is going to, one of them's going to step forward, the big boy. I'm just going to write big lad in my initiative so I remember. He just steps forward, and I believe Herta would be at the back of the room, right? Because she's the one casting the magic. Bad time for Herta, as he is going to... he's gonna do a dirty trick, make a guile test against you.
And what will I have to roll to combat
you will need to resist awareness.
that? Okay. Boink.
So
31 is a success for me.
And 41 is a success for me. So he goes to like spit in your eyes, but you manage to get a hand up. It coats your arm, but you are not blinded. It is disgusting, however, and it's very viscous and drippy and like slime. And then he's going to he's going to spend 2 AP to make a cold shot, and he is aiming for your head with his tyrant spike. Because as you can see, very similar to the other guy, his arm has been replaced by a big fucking spike, and he's going to try and put that in your eye socket. So aiming for your head is a minus 30.
I have concerns and nerves.
You will be if you see how much it is that this guy has to work with in terms of hitting you. That's a success at 37. You channeled.
Dodge is
You
not
channeled
the same
for
as parry.
one.
Dodge is for range, right?
Yeah, dodges for range.
Rants.
You can parry if you have an AP left. Or you can attempt it.
I did bank one.
Yep.
So it's a combat-based skill, so it's what, CB plus...
It's a coordination test. No, sorry, it is. I'm wrong. No, it is a combat thing. So it's your combat skill.
Okay, so it's just the whatever percentage?
Yeah, whatever you would use for your melee attack is what you will be doing.
Okay, wish me luck, guys, because my number is 36. Oh, no.
It's a 51. Okay. So, He comes in with the spike and he aims for your head.
Shit.
There's a lot of conditions here. Hang on. It is fast, reach, powerful, pummeling, and vicious. Oh fucking hell! Okay. Where's my weapons at? Where's my weapon thingies? Nope, these are monsters. Trappings. There we go. Okay, pummeling. Always refer to BB when reflecting damage. That is a bad time for you. Can only inflict immoderate, never serious or grievous. Okay. Cannot be used to cause bleeding. Powerful. Okay. Okay, so let me just roll a shitzillion to kill you.
Yay! I mean, my damage
2!
threshold is 6.
Okay. You take 13 damage as this thing comes at your face.
Oh.
Cold shots can't be parried. Oh, sorry. Yep, that was the whole point of it being a cold shot and using 2 AP. Thank you, Radiator.
Well, I mean, I fucked it up anyway, so it's fine.
So 13.
That goes beyond the first and the second damage threshold.
Oh, okay. So that's going to take you down to moderately wounded then. It takes you down 2 on your threshold.
Yes.
Okay. So this is going to be a moderate injury, and it was aimed at your head.
Mm-hmm. Which color eye do I lose?
I'm going to tell you in a sec. So I'm going to roll a d6 because we're using the leather, steel, blood, and bone supplement for this. So let's see what we got going on.
Casually crying blood over
That's
here.
a 3. A grazed brow. You must succeed at a toughness test to use any skill that relies on your vision, as your vision is just clouded by blood. Because you know what it is, you take a bump to your face and you just bleed. Mm-hmm. So, Heta, your vision is just red as blood is soaked your face.
Rather my brow than my actual eye.
Yeah. I mean, there's some mean shit in here.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah. You've taken a spike to the face. That was this guy's full turn. It's gonna be the turn of the other Skazak, because they rolled very similar on initiative there. And he is gonna come forward and how evil do I be?
Fucking bring it. Let's go.
Yeah, it's gonna come for you as well, Angie.
Yeah, I knew that was gonna happen. It's fine.
Strengthening numbers. So he's gonna come up to you,
fire.
and he's gonna take you down or attempt to. So it's a coordination test. The 48 is gonna do it for him. So I would need you to make me a coordination to resist being taken down.
Oh god. Oh, yay!
Oh, okay. So this, as you're sort of recovering from this blow to your face, you hear the scuffle of tiny rat feet, and you see this furry missile launch itself at you, but you plant, and you spread your feet, and you plant, and it just bounces into you. As he does, he pulls out a blade, and he's just going to go shank to your stomach, or attempt to at least.
Uh-huh.
So let's see.
Oh god.
That's going to be a 17 to hit you.
Fuck.
It's going to do it. Now, you didn't, even though I had
Since
you
I
roll
wasn't
for that
allowed
other one,
to?
it wasn't, so you do have a parry.
I'm gonna try.
I will say, however, that this does... Oh, never mind. Okay.
Nope.
All right. So I'm just going to roll this damage then to stab you.
She's just gonna get so fucked up.
That's 9.
So that's my second damage threshold. Wait, no, I have +3 because of my Aegis, so it's still just the first.
Just the one?
Which I
Okay, it
takes me to seriously then?
It does take you down to seriously.
Woo!
Okay, this is a bladed weapon at your torso, your body. So I'm going to roll a d6 to see what you got. A 6.
Wow.
Oh, it's a Susie special. It's a punctured armpit. Which if you watch After the Fire, is all my character likes to stab at the minute. Okay, so with a punctured armpit, you raise your left arm to like push this thing away, and you feel this blade hit you right in the armpit. And you can no longer use your left arm until healed. So this arm is just out of it because you got stabbed in the armpit. There's a lot of tendons and shit in here. They're quite delicate. You don't want knives in here, just as a heads up.
Quinn,
and I just want
what are you doing?
to thank that person in chat who may have given me a crit to kill her friends with.
I meant Angie.
Uh-huh.
I meant Angie. My brain just exploded.
Uh-huh.
I meant Angie.
Okay.
The damage is done. It's fine.
we will give it to Angie. And
Oh,
thank
bless.
you, Quinn,
Thank
for that
you very
generosity. So this Skazak pulls out the blade and laughs as you are coated in blood just all over. It's like Carrie up in here. His Herta is absolutely covered. Okay, which will bring us to the top of the round with Scythian.
Okay, so there's only one exit out of this place, right? And we've got 2 big giant rats standing in our way, yeah?
Yeah, basically.
Pretty much. Okay, I will head forward, try and get in front of, so that I'm in between them and Herta.
Mm-hmm.
And I am going to try and knock down one of them. I think the smaller, not knock down, knock out the small
Okay.
ones. So I mark the smaller one. I try to knock him down.
Okay.
So you have to do a athletics.
Athletics. Okay, let's see what we got. I'm going to use a reroll.
Okay. Yeah. Get him through.
I'm going to
Okay.
use a reroll.
That's it. Keep him coming.
I'm going to use a reroll.
How many
Okay,
is
you
that? 3?
succeeds. It was
3 rerolls gone.
Wow.
Charlie, 3 rerolls gone. We're getting these down. Okay. Right. Okay. Right. In that case, I will then use my... What else can I do? I think I'll probably just do a melee attack against the one I've got marked.
So just as a heads up, folks, that's generally against the spirit, right? You do one reroll. If it doesn't
Totally
work, then
against the spirit.
but we're like towards the end of the thing. I've not used any of them. Now I'm using
And
them. So.
you've been quite kind to us, so yeah.
I've been very kind to you
You've
until
been
I just
pretty
stabbed
kind.
Angie in the armpit.
Oh, give me a break.
Oh!
Reroll! I've got a reroll. I'm gonna use it. I am not taking that. Oh, come on.
Oh, Tom! Buddy!
Hey, at least it's not a 100, because that's like the worst.
Well, I know, that's
At that
it.
point,
That's
you
like,
just stab yourself, right?
I'll be going, hee hee hee. That's it.
Okay.
I'm done.
So you're
I'm
banking that 180?
Yeah, bank
Yep.
parry. Fucking hell.
Okay. Jesus, Tom.
I shouldn't be in combat. As a combat character, I shouldn't be in it.
Okay. Oh, Angie, fun fact also, because you got stabbed in the armpit by that guy, your wound is infected because they have fetid weaponry. So
Oh,
just so you know,
boy.
you also have an infection.
Yay, I'm gonna write that down.
Okay, so, after Scythian, it is Arthur's turn.
Hi.
Hi, Arthur.
I'm still prone, I assume. We didn't get like a break between that guy getting off me
Oh,
and
no.
these 2 guys coming in.
Yeah.
In which case I will spend 2 AP to get up
Uh-huh.
and bank my 1 AP for a dodge and parry.
Okay. So you're up and you're ready.
You can't tell much difference
okay.
between me lying down and me getting up, but I've got up, all right?
Okay. And we will come back around to Herta.
God. I think she's gonna fucking channel for 1 AP. We'll roll that die now for... Hey, it's a 3. So, chaos die is a 3. Excellent. And then we're gonna do magic missile at the one that shanked her armpit. Because, like, she can deal with the brown nick, whatever, but fuck. Yeah.
Oh! Okay.
Yeah.
So that was a little one. He did bank an AP to... Oh, no. Wait. Can he... You casting a spell, right?
Channeled? Yeah.
He has nothing to counterspell you with. Like, he's not magically inclined. He's a dumbass rat. So...
Beautiful.
Yeah, blast him.
Boink. Sweet 10 damage.
10 damage. Okay. That is enough to bump him down 1 to lightly wounded. Okay, so you magic missile him, and he recoils, but he's still got the blade with your blood on it, and is looking very happy about it. Okay, so what we're going to do then...
By the way.
And you bank an AP. So keep a note of that, because what we're going to do is we're going to end the session here in the middle of this combat. And we're going to find out what Violetta is up to during this whole thing next time. But yeah, we're going to, because it's nearly end time, and we're going to do outros, and there's a roleplay roundup right after this. So we're going to cut it off here at the combat. I've noted down that combat resumes with Big Lad. So hopefully future Susie knows what that means. And we will get back into this next week. But, friends, this got a bit stabby at the end, didn't it? But hey, tune in next time, because then we'll see even more stabby. But before we do say goodnight for the night, let's go around and say who we are and where you can find us on the internet. Gabe.
Hi, I'm Gabe James Games, on Twitch, Twitter, and pretty much every social media network that I can think of currently. You can find me here on Wednesdays. You can find me on the Drop the Die channel on Fridays. You can find me on the Onyx Path on Mondays. And I think that's everything, as far as I remember.
Thank you very much, Gabe, and I hope you don't die next week. Tom!
I shouldn't do combat. I just shouldn't flat out not do combat. I'm fucking terrible. But yes, it was a lot of fun. I can't wait till next week to see me die. I think the plan went well. I think it went well. You know, it's just extra guards. You know, we kind of snacks, but I think it went well. I am Hotflex Tom. You can find me on Twitter, Discord. Tomorrow I will be on. There's a smoke. Follow Black Cats on Twitch at 8 p.m. GMT, 3 p.m., 2 p.m., whatever, what time it is Eastern, 5 hours, 3, thank you. On Follow Black Cats for After the Fire, and Friday I am on Tales of the Grim for the finale of our Bioshock Call of Cthulhu game, which is a lot of fun. I play a 72-year-old woman who's addicted to plasmids. It's going to be fun.
Yeah. You can shoot bees now, right?
No, I can't. I've got fire and bloodlust.
That's it.
Yeah.
You should get the bees one. The bee rules. It's pretty cool. All right. Thank you so much, Tom. Angie, I'm sorry that I stabbed you in the armpit.
Are you, though? Are you?
No, I'm not even slightly.
I didn't think so. Hi, I'm Angie, aka Bangelerp. You can find me, like Gabe said, on pretty much every social media under that name: Twitch, Twitter, ArtStation, whatever. You can check out my pinned tweet. It's got all the stuff. I'm not sure about Tuesdays anymore. Things are in talks, but normally you could find me Tuesdays on twitch.tv/Hollowtail, where we play Mistborn. And then really you can find me here next week. I'm totally all over the internet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for joining us, Angie. It has been a pleasure as always. Quinn. Hello, Quinn. How you doing?
Hello. We're fine. Violetta's fine. Everyone's fine.
It's fine.
Hi. I'm Quinn at Quintastic_ on Twitter. Today is Wednesday. That's what day it is. At 8 p.m. you can find me on Mythic Grove and Where Roots Remain, which is gonna be a lot tonight, woof. And on Tuesdays at 8 p.m. on Ephemeral Worlds RP, I run a game called Verdant Silence, which is Secrets and Lies are my brand. There's no point in denying it at that point. I write games. You can find out more about that on my Twitter. I do stuff. That's all I can remember right now. My brain's exploding a little bit. It's fine.
You good, and thank you so much for joining us again. And I can't wait to see what Violetta is up to whilst our friends are getting shanked by Ratman. All right, and Jay. Hi, friend.
Hi, I'm Jay Britton, voice actor for games and animation and whatnot. You can find me on Twitter, voice Jay Britton, because I can't get hold of Jay Britton because apparently that's some country and western singer in the States who only tweets 5 years ago, but I can't get the handle, so it's very confusing. So you find me there, voice Jay Britton, or over on Twitch, Jay Britton. I'm playing, I don't know why, more Alien Isolation VR on Friday. Come by to see a grown man poop himself. That's generally how it goes. That's me. And tonight was great fun, as always. But yeah, poop myself. There's your segue, Susie.
Nope, not taking it. No. Because I'm next. Usually, if it was one of you fuckers, I would in a heartbeat, but not for me. I'm Susie, otherwise known as Susanna Grace. I'm a variety streamer who does video games, art streams, and tabletop RPGs. You can find me in about 10 minutes right here on this very channel where I'm having a sneak stealth guest appearance on Roleplay Roundup with the lovely Charlie Smith and Lindy. And tomorrow I will be in the chat of Follow Black Cats for After the Fire, where I'm not playing this week, but I will be encouraging armpit stabbing. And then on Friday, you can find me on my channel where I'll be playing something. But the next time I'll be on here will be on Monday for the Crownlands, which is our Song of Ice and Fire roleplay, in which we all got poisoned a few weeks ago, which was fun. I didn't die, though my dog did. Anyway... thank you all so much for joining us. Just as a reminder, if you did enjoy what you saw today, please do hit that follow button. Please do hit that subscribe button. Please share any clips. Don't forget you can join us on the Discord, catch up with past episodes on YouTube. And if you really like what we do here at Encounter Roleplay, you could check us a coin on Patreon, where 100% of which goes to paying our cast. So please hit all those links. And we will see you next time, folks. Take care. Stick around for the Roleplay Roundup.